another exciting episode of Haunt Talk. Today we will be doing Infernum in Terra in Wheeling, West Virginia. Mm-hmm. A little bit closer to Moundsville, but kind of like in between.
Right. So this is a first-year haunt.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who does it has been kind of doing stuff in the industry for a little while now. He's a prop maker. We got to talk to him. He said he worked at the Moundsville, right? Yeah, Moundsville.
Yeah, he worked at Moundsville. He's done some stuff there. We actually mentioned something, and he's like, "I built that," and I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, which is
it's
cool.
one of our favorite things."
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to go there this year, but make sure you check out last year's review because that place is really awesome, and you should check that place out as well.
Yes.
Yeah, and this place, it's kind of a unique location. The building's really uniquely shaped.
Yeah,
he
said it was like a Superman symbol.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
weird,
like a half trapezoid type of thing.
Yeah, like a diamond-ish, but not like
And it's just kind of in the middle of a little like a little town, like by the river kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an interesting like little place. They definitely are going for more of the theatrical thing.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess that just brings us in. We'll just start doing the review here. So we'll start with the sets and props as always.
Okay. Sets and props. They had some scenes that were like pretty fleshed out, but then it just kind of like some scenes just needed some TLC. Mm-hmm. There were like some that were like super elaborate, and then there were some that were just kind of.
And this happens a lot with the first year haunts.
Yeah.
And time crunch is time crunch, but the scenes that were decked out were done really well. Mm-hmm. And it kind of starts off as like a factory kind of thing.
Yeah.
The whole thing, at least as it starts as you're like a new recruit. And we'll talk more about the story and actors because the actors at the beginning were really great. But but there are some interactive props towards the beginning too, where you have to like grab and like turn the electricity on and stuff like that. The only thing I really liked that aspect, but that kind of went away as you went through the haunted house. So I thought it starts off being like this interactive kind of experience where it's like you and the actors and you're kind of like doing these things. But then it just kind of stopped and it just became like a normal haunted house.
Yeah.
So I would like to see this haunt go more towards the interactive kind of thing.
Yeah. Because
the few spots where they did it, it was done very, very well,
mm-hmm.
and I think that they would benefit from it. I'm not saying every room for room has to do this, but I think they should do more, and I'm hoping that is a plan of theirs.
Yeah.
But they had some pretty cool scenes. They had like the doll scene, that was cool. All the factory stuff was done very well. Mm-hmm. They had, it was kind of cool. They had these like. There's a scene that was a witch's scene, then after that there's like these, I don't know how to describe it, kind of like how they do like the laser swamp thing, but they used it as like these like weird laser doors you went through, so it looked like you were like walking through a wall. They didn't really, there wasn't too much with it, but I think it's a really cool idea that I would like to see expanded upon.
Yeah.
They had, like you go into the basement, and that part's really short, but it's kind of like hell. I'm really hoping that they turn that actually, if they keep with the hell thing, that they turn it into looking like hell. You know what I mean? Because they have a really cool prop at the end of it. That's what I'll say there. That was probably one of the highlights for me.
Yeah,
I really liked that.
That was really cool.
And the heads.
The heads, yeah. The thing that like scared me the most was like, we walk around this corner and there's these heads hanging here, and they just like drop at us, and we're just like, oh my god! It scared the cream cheese out of me. Like it was scary. Yeah.
But yeah. Sets and prop. I mean, like the ones that were really good. Like some of the rooms need flesh more out, but I'm really excited to see this haunt year too, because I think we talked to him and he said what I think they started in like June or July.
Yeah.
And so the amount of stuff they did in that short amount of time is pretty remarkable. So I can only imagine how much more is going to be added, and I'm sure by next year everything will be a lot more detailed out and stuff like that, a little more fleshed out. It'll even be better.
Yeah.
But for this year we gave them an 8.
Yes.
Still really good, especially for a first year haunt. There's still a lot of effort and a lot of uniqueness going on, which is my favorite thing going to haunts, is seeing stuff that you don't see in every other haunt.
Yes.
Which is appreciated and nice. And I definitely like the direction they're going.
Right. So that brings us to actors, and they were really good. The first few scenes, you're basically you go in and you're hired as a new recruit to work at this factory. And so first you meet the HR lady.
Which I loved her. She was amazing. I love the HR lady.
Yeah.
I hope she watches this. You're so fun.
Yes. Yeah, she was a lot of fun. And then the next one you go in and you get to meet the secretary. And she was fantastic as well.
Right.
And then you get to meet her boss, or who she's the secretary, too. And they have this huge interaction that just is like, wow. Like, having to do this for each group is just really amazing.
Good. The only thing I will say about it is I wish it was a little shorter.
Yeah.
It went on a little too long, but the overall payoff and the tension that this scene builds, and I don't want to ruin it. Hopefully, you can watch this and make it up. I don't know what they'll do next season. I'm hoping they actually kind of keep this beginning because I really liked it and it was really effective.
Yes.
Maybe just even somehow elaborate upon it even a little more, maybe a twist. But, yeah, it was really tense and it actually, there wasn't really, a jump scare, I guess, to it, but it made me feel so uneasy and creeped out. It was really cool.
Yeah.
But some other actors that were really good. The dollhouse person, that guy was super creepy.
I'm assuming it was a guy.
Yeah, that there was a woman using a really deep voice.
Yeah, I'm not sure because they had a demon baby mask on, and at first they were just making like baby noises, and then when we were leaving, it was deep voice, and it was like I think that was a guy, but who knows?
Right.
Maybe it was a girl with a really deep voice. I don't know. But they were excellent.
And then the guy in hell who tried to make us open up doors that didn't exist.
Doors that didn't exist.
He was pretty good. And everyone else was pretty good as well through there. The witch scene, we have no idea what was supposed to happen there. They just kind of... That was the only thing we were really confused about because they kind of walked up to us and they had these big rat things, but they didn't really say anything to us or do anything. We kind of stood there and thought there was going to be a scene.
Yeah, and then it got really foggy in there, and I couldn't see anything.
And then we just left. So I wasn't sure. I'm not sure actually what was supposed to happen there. But there was another. So there's there's a theme to rats, giant rats. A lot of people had rats.
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that had rats.
There was a big rat that they wanted us to pet.
Yeah.
And then the electrical room person, they were really good as well.
Oh yeah, the one that made us. We had to flip some switches to turn the electric on.
Machines.
She's like, well. She told me to fix it, and I'm like, well, how do I fix it? Well, if I knew how to fix it, I'd fix it myself. Well, that's fair. But yeah, I forgot about, she was really good. But yeah, overall, the actors are really great. We gave them a 9.
Yes.
So that brings us on to scare factor. The house was pretty tense, especially that opening scene.
Yes.
We got jump scared a couple of times. Mm-hmm. The place is pretty light on gore. So it's not like it's going to be gore-tastic. Now, there is some stuff like severed heads and stuff, but it's not like there wasn't any scene where you walk in, it's just like blood from ceiling to thing, or, it's not like there's no gore in it, but it wasn't like overly crazy gory, not like a slaughterhouse theme or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... Yeah, and there was quite a few places that really got me and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was...
those heads, that...
Yeah, it was decently scary. I definitely get more of a fun vibe than a scare vibe, at least from this year.
Yeah.
Like I said, not to say that it's not scary at all, but it definitely feels like it's leaning more towards the entertaining you than the scaring you kind of thing, which is fine. But yeah, we definitely got jolted a few times and stuff like that by people. But my favorite part, again, was the interactions with the people. That was the highlights for me. I actually like that more than just the scary stuff of this haunt. So, because I'm just hoping that that's kind of where they end up leaning to, is the creepy with a little more of the interaction like they had towards the beginning. But for scare factor, we gave them an 8.
And that brings us to value. It's $15 to get in. It took us about 20-25 minutes. Right. It might have been a little shorter if that whole beginning scene didn't, because the beginning scene took probably at least 5
Yeah, the beginning scene took quite a bit. So, and like I said, I like the beginning scene, but I feel like it did go on maybe a little bit too long, because you have the HR person, and then you have the secretary, and then you have the boss. And I just would have liked to just shorten just a tiny bit. But I mean, like I said, I don't know. It's hard because I really did enjoy it, but it just seemed like they were kind of repeating themselves a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then after that, then it turns more into a traditional haunted house with just a couple stops along the way. But yeah, for $15, the 20 to 25 minutes, we went ahead and we gave them an 8. It's really good value, and I think the value even will only increase, as they get more detailed and probably add more of that interactivity into it.
Right. So that brings us to our overall score, and we gave them an 8.
Very good for a first-year haunt, and I always just get excited when there's a new haunt around because it's a new place we can go to.
Yeah.
And especially when it's someone like that we actually get to talk to, and once in a while there's people that do it just because they're like, oh, what can we do to make a little more money, But this isn't the case here. This is someone that's been in the industry forever and finally has a place that he can call his own, that they can call his own. It's husband and wife. They both run it together. Both of them seemed like really awesome people. And I highly recommend if you have the time to get out there and check it out this year, do it. If not, definitely check them out next year because I'm sure it'll only even be better than what we're reviewing right now.
Yeah, and it's not too far away from quite a few other haunted houses, so you could make a night of it and bop around to a couple other ones.
There's the prison, there's Wells Township, there's Darkview, which we're going to be having reviews for Wells Township and Darkview, so keep an eye on the channel for that as well. They'll all be up by Friday at some point. But yeah, so that being said, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Have notifications turned on so you see any additional reviews we have up. We're going to be doing more than just the haunt reviews this year for the season. We're also going to try and do some off-season haunt reviews as well this year with maybe some Christmas-themed stuff or whatever holiday it happens to be themed stuff. So that'll be fun. Also, the link for Facebook is in the description as always, so you can message us directly on there. And also, if you've been to this haunt, you can comment. If you have any suggestions of places to go, you can comment, leave, let us know where you'd like us to go next year. You can also message us Facebook and let us know that as well.
Yep.
But that does it for this video, and we will see you guys in the next.
Bye.